The American people want less partisanship in this town, but everyone in this chamber knows that if the majority chooses to end the filibuster, if they choose to change the rules and put an end to democratic debate, then the fighting and the bitterness and the gridlock will only get worse.
The filibuster is far from a procedural gimmick. It's part of the fabric of this institution we call the Senate. It was well known in colonial legislatures before we became a country, and it's an integral part of our country's 214-year history.
This nuclear option is ultimately an example of the arrogance of power. It is a fundamental power grab by the majority party.
And those who would attack and destroy the institution of the filibuster are attacking the very force within the Senate, which creates compromise and bipartisanship.
The people have made clear they believe the filibuster is an important check and balance to be preserved, not vaporized.
If more than a majority were required for a decision, the fundamental principle of free government would be reversed. It would be no longer the majority that would rule, the power would be transferred to the minority.
Mr. President, in reality, this is not about judges. This is not about a Senate procedural change. This is, plain and simply, a power grab and an effort to dismantle the checks and balances our founding fathers created. Without that system, the United States Senate would simply become a rubber stamp for the President.
Today, rather than utilizing and preserving the natural tension and conflict our Constitution created, some in the Republican Party want to eviscerate and destroy that foundation. Blinded by political passions, some are willing to unravel our government's fundamental principle of checks and balances, to break the rules and discard Senate precedent.
Don't subvert the system. Don't play a cute parliamentary game that's been untouched over 200 years. This is a stunning moment. The problem is that words spoken in this chamber don't even fully convey the importance of this moment. This is, in fact, one of those times that the Founding Fathers and countless other statesmen of history have warned us against.
And it clearly can't function unless senators can get along and trust each other, and where senators can have respect for one another, and where the minority is not run over all the time by the majority. That's one of the great checks and balances of this constitutional system that we have, is that the rights of the minority are protected because of extended debate, which at the end of the day, it encourages compromise and consensus building. As the good book says, come, let us reason together.